Yesterday, Warner Brothers finally graced us with the Mortal Kombat movie trailer, and your boy actually got an early copy of it about 9 hours beforehand. And as a result, I've had a good amount of time to look over it and find some Easter eggs you may have missed. And about halfway into the video, there are going to be some spoilers, but don't worry, there will be a warning, so for now you are safe. So without any further ado, let's talk about these Easter eggs. Number 1, Katana's fans. While Katana herself is nowhere to be seen in this trailer, we do see her fan right before Raiden teleports the team. And this could actually hint at her being in the movie at some point in time, although she's not confirmed to be anywhere in the casting, whether it's on IMDb or any websites like that. So unfortunately, the odds of Katana actually appearing in the movie are very slim, but you know what? Fingers crossed, I think we all love her quite a bit. For now, it seems like this fan is just a reference to her character, though fingers crossed this film does well and there could be a sequel and she'll be in that movie. Now, the odds of that happening do not seem very likely because for whatever reason, video game films don't tend to perform that well, except for the Resident Evil films. For some reason, they get tons of sequels. So who knows, anything could happen, and maybe Katana will be in the sequel or maybe in this movie. For Easter egg number 2, we have Reiko. That's right, Reiko is straight up in the trailer. He's right here fighting Jax. You see, a lot of people thought this hammer actually belonged to Shao Kahn, but me myself, I was kind of skeptical because it didn't look like Shao Kahn's hammer, and turns out it's not. It's the Diet Coke version of Shao Kahn's hammer, the low-budget Walmart version, if you will. And that makes a lot of sense because Reiko has always been the low-budget Diet Coke version of Shao Kahn. He's kind of a wannabe. The guy even sits on Shao Kahn's throne when he's not there and even puts on his helmet. The audacity. But yeah, Reiko is confirmed for the Mortal Kombat movie, and it looks like he's gonna catch Jax's robot hands. And then for Easter egg number 3, we have Melina's mouth. Now, upon first viewing, a lot of people are disappointed with Melina's mouth. The teeth just aren't quite as aggressive as everyone wants them to be. Typically, she looks kind of like an anglerfish. However, in this film, the teeth have been toned down quite a lot, but if you look closely, she seems to have stitches on the edge of her mouth. And from a lore perspective, I actually found this very interesting because part of me wonders, what if Melina had someone stitch her mouth shut? Because that way she could look even more like Katana, even if you take off her mask, and that is her job, to be a stand-in for Katana. Melina has never had any surgeries like this in the past, and I find it to be a pretty creative director choice. And who knows, at some point she could open her mouth and just tear all the stitches away and take a big chunk out of somebody, and that would be an awesome reveal, so I'm looking forward to that if it happens. But even if not, I'm still in love with the concept of Melina sewing her own mouth shut to look more like Katana and less like a Tarkatan. I'm honestly a really big fan of the character, and no one's tried that with her story before. Now on to Easter egg number 4, we have Kabal. Yes, Kabal is in the Mortal Kombat movie, and Liu Kang is giving him a beatdown. When I first watched the trailer, I didn't know who that was that Liu Kang was fighting, but once you go frame by frame, you can see the tubes coming from his mask, so yep, that's Kabal. And if you have your doubts, he's also wielding Kabal's weapon, so yes, Kabal is confirmed to be in the Mortal Kombat movie. Now, unfortunately, he is just a regular villain in this movie, so we're not going to have his more complicated backstory from the trilogy or even the retcon timeline. Instead, he's more like his Mortal Kombat 11 iteration, where he's just a black dragon member who is evil and he's gonna fight the good guys and give them a tough time. However, one thing remains to be seen. Is Kabal going to be pre-burned in the movie, or is Liu Kang going to burn him with this attempted fatality? Now, it could just kill Kabal straight up, but part of me is thinking he won't actually die from this, and in fact, this flaming dragon is going to be what burns his skin from head to toe. That would certainly be a very interesting way for Kabal to get his skin burned, and just like Jax loses his arms to Sub-Zero, it's an interesting way to damage the character in a familiar way, but this time by a different means. And then for Easter egg number 5, we have Hanzo Hasashi's frozen family in the background. That's right, they've already been killed off screen before the trailer even begins. If you zoom in really closely, you can see his family already frozen. Now, to be fair, this could be any member of the Shirai Ryu, but since Hanzo Hasashi is there, I'm gonna assume it's his home and that's his family. And this actually has a lot of implications. It seems like Sub-Zero may have actually been the one to kill his family this time around. For anyone who's not super aware with the Mortal Kombat lore, it's never actually been Sub-Zero who killed his family. It was either Quan Chi in disguise or someone hired to kill them by Quan Chi, any number of things, but it was never actually Sub-Zero that did the deed. However, this time it does look like Sub-Zero straight up killed Hanzo's family. Or in fact, it could be that many members of the Lin Kuei can freeze people solid and not just Sub-Zero. In past games, it's been mostly a Sub-Zero thing to be a Cryomancer. However, sometimes the developers forget and just have other Lin Kuei members do it as well, but from what I remember, it's supposed to be pretty rare. Pretty much only Frost and Sub-Zero can freeze people. But of course, movies tend to play by their own rules, so it could be this time around that every Lin Kuei member can freeze people. Only time will tell, so now let's move on to Easter egg number 5, Cole Young's armor. Cole Young is a brand new character who appears for the first time in this movie, and for whatever reason, he's wearing this awesome armor at several points during the trailer. We see him wearing it when he's fighting Melina, when he's fighting Goro, and even when he's fighting Sub-Zero. That's right, he has teamed up with Scorpion to fight Sub-Zero. You'll blink if you miss it in the trailer though. Now I have no clue what this armor does. It could just be to protect him, or it could enhance his abilities, any number of things, but he's wearing this special armor to kind of even the odds maybe in the Mortal Kombat tournament. And it could be that armor actually has some special ties to Cole Young or his ancestry, any number of things, only time will tell. Alright, but from here on out it is spoiler territory, so you've been warned. This trailer reveals a lot of things that it probably shouldn't have. Part of me wonders if producers just don't know that video editing software exists and that we can literally go frame by frame and catch all this stuff, but here you go, there are some spoilers, you've been warned. Spoiler number 1, Kanos Betrayal. It looks like Kano is going to switch sides and go against the good guys at some point in this movie. Now, if you're a fan of the games, that's no shock to you, but I think a lot of people were surprised that Kano does spend a majority of the movie with the heroes. However, even so, it does seem like he's going to betray them at some point because we see his eye laser being deflected by Kung Lao, which of course leads me to believe that Kano has betrayed the good guys and tried to kill Kung Lao or someone else, and then Kung Lao deflected it with his hat. However, there is one more possibility. This could be the first time that Kano meets Kung Lao and the Shaolin monks, and there's a misunderstanding and he fires his laser and it's deflected. That could also be what happens in this movie, and maybe Kano never becomes a bad guy. Maybe for whatever reason in this timeline he is good. We won't know for sure until we watch the movie or until someone leaks the script like Game of Thrones Season 8. Spoiler number 2, and this is the big one. We see Melina getting killed by Sonya while she is fighting with Cole Young. And in fact, we also see Melina fighting Sonya as well. So it seems like the good guys keep teaming up against the villains. We have Scorpion and Cole Young versus Sub-Zero, and here we have Sonya and Cole versus Melina. And for whatever reason, it seems like Melina bleeds purple, or this could just be the effect of the blaster as it passes through her body. I'm not sure which one is happening here, but it would be a funny reference to Melina being like purple with her outfit if she bleeds purple, or maybe this hints that she is part Tarkatan because her blood is not red like people. Now in the games, the Tarkatans don't bleed purple, but maybe in the movie they do, and this could be a reveal that she is mixed with Tarkatan DNA. Or maybe I'm just looking way too much into things and she's just bleeding purple because the blaster is purple, any number of things. And if I'm being honest, I'm not sure if this qualifies as a kill shot because I've seen characters come back from far worse in the Mortal Kombat universe. So I guess what I'm saying is I wouldn't be surprised if Melina survives this and then in the sequel she just comes back to fight with Jade, Katana, and all the other heroes. Alright, on to spoiler number 3, the possible death of Reptile. I say possible because I'm still not sure this character is Reptile. It could be a black dragon or a red dragon, both of which are creatures that the clans are named after. It could be one of those, or it could be Reptile. We do see him turn invisible, or rather uninvisible, so most likely it is Reptile. And if so, that's a shame because we see his heart getting ripped out by Kano, which is Kano's classic fatality. And I know a lot of people are big fans of Reptile. I am myself as well, but at the same time, I've already accepted that Reptile is going to be a jobber in pretty much every movie that comes out. But even so, as long as Reptile does some really cool flips and attacks and stuff, and maybe fights off 3 heroes at once, it could still be a good showing for your boy. However, unlike Melina, I don't think Reptile has any chance of surviving this unless he's like Doctor Who and has 2 hearts, or like Zoidberg and has 5 hearts. Otherwise, your boy Reptile is looking pretty dead in this movie. And the same is sadly also true for Reiko. Now I know there's not as many Reiko fans as there are Melina or Reptile fans, but it looks like he is also going to die by Jax via a fatality. You can already see Jax getting ready to deliver that fatality. He's rearing back, showing off his awesome robot arms, and he's gonna give Reiko the clap and just smash his head, which once again is a reference to a classic fatality that Jax has done in the game. However, unlike Melina and Reptile, we don't see the fatality actually finish, so who knows, maybe Shang Tsung stops it and Reiko lives, any number of things. However, if I was a gambling man, I would say that Reiko's gonna get cybernetic clapped by Jax's hands and die right there on the spot. Alright everyone, that is about it for all the Easter eggs and spoilers I have found in the Mortal Kombat trailer. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, please post anything I missed that you also caught in the trailer, and also leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really does help me out a ton. And if you don't want to miss future videos, make sure to finish that combo by suplexing that subscribe button. That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdog.